multiple overlapping civilizational systems have actually contributed to Indian, Chinese, Islamic, and Indian Ocean-based civilizational structures that have contributed the idea of we going forward. Amitabh Acharya, also in his myth of civilization basis, again points out one very important point that I think is important for us to go forward in terms of identifying the contours of such civilizational work is this whole idea of tolerance. And just yesterday, we were having dialogue with UAE in Dubai, where the UAE University has suggested to establish with Nalanda University Gandhi Zayed Center for tolerance and world peace. The idea is, and UAE is pressing for religious coexistence. Now, this is something, Professor Mahapatra, which is important for us to see what contemporary paradigms are going through the crisis that actually were origin for they coming forward. As I conclude, we have associated dimensions of this civilizational state where we can draw multiple threads. And in that context, the tradition of Raja Rishabh Dev, from whom we see the origin of our civilizational ethos, we bring in the idea of ahimsa. And I think, as we heard from the Vice Chancellor of Jamia Millia, your idea of prospering of alternative faith systems, the Jain system, which gave the concept of Anikantavad, is largely saying that everybody is correct, nobody is wrong, everybody is right, everybody has right to coexist. So there is no one philosophy, there is no one faith system, there is no one way of the upasana paddhati that we say, the way you worship. People can have their own ideas, and that's where we need to have the plurality as a strength of civilization. And this plurality is something that at Nalanda we have tried to prosper. When we had Acharya Nagarjuna, who as a philosopher and as an ardent follower of Buddhism, thought of bringing in a situation where mind is in equimonious position. It is emptiness that Acharya Nagarjuna described. Very soon, another master at Nalanda University, Acharya Aryabhat, who thought of seeing that this emptiness is nothing but shunya, is zero. And that's how India gave the numerics to philosophy. So this distinction between natural sciences and social sciences was never there. It is in last 4 centuries that the world has created this distinction. And this is where we have taken off ethics from economics. We have taken off social concerns from engineering. And we have also taken off the idea which Gita gave us through the concept of Lok Sangrah. The idea of Lok Sangrah is to bring forward this space that I was referring to. Lok Sangrah is in terms of the profound ideal articulation that Bhagavad Gita has given as a concept. And this gives in the power as responsibility, cohesion without hegemony, the global public goods as dharmic impression. Now, we are told that global public goods was always a Western idea. They have created global public goods, and we are realizing how self-serving were these global public goods. We are told that the Green Revolution was a global public good, and we know now which market agriculture served through Green Revolution. WWW, which is described as a global public good, or even the interbank digital transfers. To what extent they are global public good, we are realizing it.